Welcome to episode 12 of Psycho-Pass. Last time was a pretty big one with Makishima confronting Akane and killing her friend right in front of her, and I can't wait to see where it's going to go from there. That was a great episode, great scene, how that's going to affect Akane, and what more we get of Makishima going forward. So we're going to watch and discuss this one. I've got the subtitles and the timer on the screen if you want to follow along that way, or you can pull up the full episode on the side on your own if you want. But we're starting after any logos, and we're going to get right into this. In 3, 2, 1, play. And we're starting with 3 years ago, apparently. Okay. At some kind of concert. Sure, why not? I like the blue hair. Not really where I expected to start, but okay. Ooh. Very cracked fingernail. Gross. Did you get that from guitar? I believe that is Yayoi. I can't even 100% say because she's such a minor character, but I'm pretty sure that's her. Which is interesting that we're starting here. Yeah, of course we saw at the very beginning her with Shion. She's clearly into girls, so there you go. And now we cut to later. Weird that we're like last episode was so huge for Akane, and now we're starting the next one with Yayoi, of like the most minor of all of the main cast. It's a little interesting, but yeah, very sterile place. Guy going a little nuts in there. Holy shit. How the hell did he manage that on padded walls? Maybe they're harder than they look, or maybe he's just been at it for a long time. Still got it. I wonder what happened to put her in here, to raise her coefficient. And then we get Ginoza coming to give her her new job. Okay, Sybil has determined it, therefore it is true. Sure. Bit of a different haircut on him. And he doesn't answer. But okay, I thought that we might stick with one OP and ED the entire time. But apparently not. Okay, new one for the second half. Makes sense. I liked the first one. This one's cool too. But while the OP is playing, let me say that if you enjoy these videos, subscribe to the channel. Psycho-Pass comes out every Wednesday with other videos every single day of the week. Also, check out the description down below for Twitter and Discord if you want to hang out there, and Patreon if you want to support this channel and what I do, and get these videos early with polls and vlogs and all that. This is cool. I am not disappointed in the first one being replaced, because this one's pretty good. And it's in English, so I can actually sing along and not look like a complete jackass. I still probably will, but... Alright. Devil's Crossroad? It's the name of this episode. Alright, Sybil's Seeing where you're most talented in. What is this? Hello, little robo. Alright, got a delivery. Like guitar strings? You probably aren't allowed to have those in a place like that. That seems like a bad idea. Clearly they let people have some things, like we saw before, but... Oh, you get these warnings when you... she just got like a... She raised her voice like a little bit, and she gets gassed. Oh my god, she was like, hey, I want to play the guitar. Like, it wasn't that big of a deal. And she gets fucking gassed, and the doctors rush over. Jeez. But yeah, I mean, I could understand guitar strings not being allowed. So she said no, and he's going to keep coming back. Alright, it's going to give her a little test. So this is when Kogami was still an inspector. So are her former bandmates gonna be like the criminals here? And of course Sasayama, still alive back then. They do a good job with Ginoza's hair of making him look like a little bit younger, but not like overly so. How indeed? I would like to know. Yeah, makes sense. That's real shitty. When you get way invested into your art, that can happen to you. That's garbage. That sucks. Of course, we had people trying to express things through art earlier in the show in gruesome fashion. Sybil decides these things. We don't question it. Somehow, it just decided. So we're going with it. That's right. They were close. But yeah, sometimes they're treated as dogs. On their leashes. She keeps trying to get them and they never bring them. Eventually. It's so weird that we're focusing on this for so long after episode 11. I wanted to see what was going to happen after that. But now we're in flashback for like the whole episode. What a tease. Really give it time to sink in, and then episode 13 starts, and then we pick up, and it's like, oh, Akane is going to be going through some mental trauma, so we've got to wait a little longer. Wow. I like the outfits. Authorized and unauthorized art. That's some garbage right there. That's bad. Talking about your hue getting clouded. Not a fan of that at all. Very surprising, but cool to get more info on this character who we haven't really had much of so far. I didn't like skip an episode, did I? It said 12. So here she is. All right, she's clearly got an aptitude for it. And a new lady friend. What the hell? Nice. Whoa, look at Masaoka in the tank top. Yeah, that makes sense. You just kind of get accustomed to it, and it changes you. Hold a Dominator for the first time. I guess that's what you have to do. All with this bad boy. Okay. He's like, whoa, that's a little fast. Shouldn't give her the ability to use that so soon, but he's willing to do it. He's gonna trust her. He knows that's like the way to get her on their side. Oh, there they are. Playing their music the same as always. That's an intimidating thing to have shoved in your face. Over 150? Damn, just shot him right in the face. He's paralyzed. He'll be okay. So, the band doesn't seem to be involved so far. They're just here. But they might get hurt in the action. And we'll see how Yayoi reacts. And the Reno right there. What if the next few episodes go into detail about the other ones, like Kagari and Masaoka, and we have to wait a long time before we cut back to the present? I would be pissed, but also I could understand it, actually. Oh, damn. Can't do it. Pretty much. I can't actually deny that. Damn. That's insane. But I guess it's best to do these flashbacks now while we're in the transition to, like, we're at the halfway point. Things have changed. We're going into the end game. So rather than interrupt that final stretch of episodes with flashbacks, get them done now in the middle, and then when we go back to the present, smooth sailing. Here she is. It's not that at all when you unauthorize some of the art. That's just a horrible message. Don't pursue your dreams. Fuck your dreams. Go die. Don't make the art that you want to. This episode has turned me more against the civil system than ever before. My videos would not be allowed under the civil system. Very inappropriate. I say the bad words. Okay, they are part of it. That was pretty obvious. Once we got here, it seemed like it might not be the case, but sure is. Well, shit. Rough for her first case, making it a very personal one. Whoa! He threw that, like, right at her. Oh, whoa. Damn. Shit. At first, when they said 98, I thought it was talking about his. I was like, is he a Makishima type? But then I realized it was her. But yeah, his was way up there. He blew up. I would have to agree with you. Oh, wow, really? Yeah, that's literally just a lie. She's not wrong. She wants to help with her music, which makes total sense. Yeah, I mean, she liked you. She didn't have, like, lofty, crazy, ambitious goals. Yep, kind of changed her mindset. Was it though? You say that it was fine, because that's just what you were brought up in and got used to, like they were saying happens at the rehabilitation facility or anywhere. You got used to it, and that's just how you were always brought up, so of course you thought it was fine. But was it really? She shouldn't be, like, 300s, right? Couldn't do it. Although... Oh shit, he lied. He told her that she was authorized. I mean, normally it does, comes up with the screen and it says, like, name, you are authorized, and it didn't do all that, so... Yeah, he lied. Which makes sense. Ginoza was like, what the fuck? But he had it under control. He just had to make her feel like she had some power. But now she knows she's been lied to. That's not good. Serena just walked away. But she still got to see what it was like. She pointed it, she pulled the trigger. So are we ever going to see Rena again? If this is the new ending, it's nice. Very calming. Very different from the OP. 'Cause I feel... And then this one's all just like... Okay, well, it picks up a little bit. Super slinky. Interesting visuals. Everybody's naked. Why not? I didn't have time to read all that. Anyway, that was surprising. Not what I expected, but let's talk about it. Alright, episode 12 was extremely unexpected after the big episode 11. Big turning point in the show. Can't wait to see where it's gonna go, what Akane's gonna do, what Makishima's gonna do, how things are gonna go with the Sybil system. Really exciting, but we start with a flashback to one of the least developed and characterized characters in the show, Yayoi. She's just kind of been there most of the time. She's had a little bit, like we see her with Shion in one of the first few episodes, like a little bit about how she doesn't mind graphic, gory images. There's been a tiny little bit with her, but for the most part she's been very in the background. So suddenly getting this episode now was very surprising, and it kept going. The flashback was going throughout the episode, and I'm like, God damn, it's going to be the entire episode, isn't it? So it's not what I wanted to see. I wanted to see a continuation from episode 11, but I did like it, and I actually kind of approve of putting it here, because that was the big turning point in the story. And I was saying during the reaction, kind of jokingly, like, what if we get several more episodes of flashbacks going into people like Kagari or Masaoka? And I can actually see that happening, although that might piss people off. I can see people being pissed off just from this one alone, but I do think it's a good idea. As much as I want to see what's going to happen, it's such a big point for Akane. She's going to be under so much mental stress that, like, the more build up to it is kind of appropriate. And also, it's going to be, like I said, it's the turning point in the story. We're going into a whole new stage of the narrative, basically the end game, building up to the end. So rather than taking the time to learn more about these side characters, which we do need to do, then just like interrupting the momentum of the final stretch of the story, better to do it now. You have the first half ending on this big note, then you get these, might only be one, but who knows for now. You get some of these flashbacks, then we go into the home stretch, and I think that'll work out. So I have no idea what to expect next time, if we'll get more stuff like this, or we'll go back to the present. I'm not sure, but either way, I'm looking forward to seeing whatever it is, because I still enjoyed this episode. Psycho Pass is just a great world to hang out in. No Akane this time, just seeing some younger versions of the other characters, which was cool, seeing them look slightly different, like Inoza and Kogami, like slightly different hair to where you buy that they're just a little bit younger. But yeah, if we get a continuation of Akane's story next time, great. And if we don't, I can be into that too. Because this episode was still enjoyable. Yayoi definitely needed something like this. It shed a lot of light on her, so hopefully she has more to do in the main story to make this feel justified. Like, if she never really even does anything, I'll be like, then we didn't even really need to know. But for now, it feels like it sheds a lot of light on her character, and we see where she's coming from. And this girl, Rina, and her bandmates, I don't know if they'll ever come back again. I don't know if there's really time for that in the story, considering we have bigger fish to fry, but it's possible. It's good to know what she was like in the past and how she joined and what she went through on her first case, and that's cool. I like that it was in here. But yeah, just this episode made me hate the Sybil system like more than ever. So it did a good job there. It continued to shed light on a lot of the problems surrounding the society. The problems have been clear since the beginning, and they've just added up over the course of the show. But there's also been good sides, like you have been able to understand why they've become comfortable with this system, why people would want this system to be in place, like from their perspective, rather than from ours, whereas we know what they're missing, and most of them don't, really, because they were just raised in it for the most part. But this one, just the focus on art is really great and really personal for me. And we've had that before with Rikako's father, who did his paintings, and then she kind of took things to the next level. But to talk about authorized and unauthorized art, that's when you get into the big, like, dystopian, authoritarian shit that's just not cool at all, man. When you take away my art, that's when I'm gonna riot. That's the stuff that I'm passionate about. Obviously, I consume art all the time. I make content on YouTube all the time. And I'm very, very pro free speech when it comes to art. I think you should be able to make any art that you want to make and enjoy art that you want to make. Any kind of fiction, any creative outlet that's not like directly harming other people. You should be free to make it and experience it. And so when you start talking about an unauthorized band, don't hang out with her, your hue will get clouded. You're gonna need to fuck right the hell off. And like, the villains are the good guys in this episode. The one guy's like, you're just a fascist following everything that the system says. And I'm like, yeah. And then Rina's talking to Yayoi at the end and talking about all the flaws. And I'm like, yeah. So I'm glad she didn't die or anything. We could see her again, but it's a great story of Yayoi being a musician. Never would have guessed anything like that, and loving this girl, Rina, getting too absorbed in the art, I guess, which is just so fucked. I mean, we've already seen, oh, you're like a detective, so you've got crime on your brain, so latent criminal. What? But now, whereas art can be an outlet and can be a medicine, and we've addressed that in the show before, how some things that can be a medicine could become a poison, or the other way around. It can do that. She listened to the wrong music too much. Padded cell. there's like rage boiling behind my eyes right now. It's like, holy shit. And you see all the crazies in there who knows what they were like before, who knows if they've been driven to that by the repetitive nature of their current lives and how shitty it is. But man, seeing her in there trying to get guitar strings delivered over and over again, because that's what she loves and what she wants to do, and of course they're not going to let that happen. And she has like the tiniest little outburst. She raises her voice an octave and is like, please, I just want the guitar strings, and the gas fills the room and they rush over, and it's like, oh my god, this is so fucked, this is horrible. But of course, Sybil has decided, as it does, that she should be an enforcer. How it came to this judgment, who knows? Nobody knows. How Sybil makes these decisions, it just makes them, and then they say, okay, yes ma'am, we'll bend over and take it, I guess, whatever you want to say to us. So she's hesitant at first, but he kind of bribes her with the guitar strings. I really liked seeing younger Ginoza and Kogami when he was an inspector, and Sasayama as an enforcer when he was still alive, and great move of him giving her the Dominator, realizing what it would take to appeal to her and get her to go along with them, giving her this taste of power and what it's like to take rather than be taken from. But a really smart move as well, not actually authorizing her to use it, because Ginoza was like, what the hell, you can't do that. So good on his part. And just seeing a little more of Sasayama when he was still alive. All good stuff. It was obvious that the bandmates were going to be involved in the crime, but it was still cool to see it play out. I really liked the design of Rina, the blue hair and the outfit, Yayui's old outfit and everything. That all looked really good. I liked the colors and all that. That was cool, and just the setting of, the band and everything that was going on there. But yeah, the one guy holding a hostage in front of him, that's all it takes to fuck up the Dominator. It's not even like he was cowering entirely behind her. Like, a significant portion of him is sticking out from behind her, and under some circumstances, depending on the cop, on how brazen they may be and how confident in their abilities of aiming they are, they might just take the shot and shoot that guy in the head, knowing that they won't hit her. But with the Dominator, it won't let you do it. You've got her in front of him, and that's it. Eventually get her out of the way, and he goes boom, all over Kogami, covered in blood. But yeah, Yayoi at the end there got to experience what it was like to hold that and pull the trigger, and it was all for fun. They were just trying to make good music. They weren't giving a shit about being authorized by the system. But once she saw Yayoi get taken away, she realized how powerless they were and that they needed power and needed to take this shit down. And she's talking about how, oh yeah, we elect people, but it's literally meaningless. They're figureheads and nothing more. The Sybil system elects the true bureaucrats. Oh, that's garbage. That's fucking terrible. So again, I'm just in complete agreement with her. Basically 100%. Everything that she says here. And Yayoi saying, it was fine as it was before, but that's just like exactly what Kogami was saying about getting used to your circumstances. Like, you're in the rehabilitation place for so long that it's hard to be removed from it. It's hard to move on to something else because of how you're treated there, and that's like true for any position. So for these people who have spent all this time within the system and have just kind of been groomed by it and raised in it and taught that this is how it is, it seems fine. But us watching, and to certain people in the world, they're like, no, it's not fine. Like, it seems fine to you now, but was it really? Should you not be working for something better? Which is what Rina and her guys are trying to do. And I applaud them. Maybe not in the best ways possible, but there's not really a lot of options. There's not a lot that you can do. And so there's so much intrigue in this show, and so much of me kind of like rooting for Makishima, despite our last encounter with him being horribly murdering an innocent young girl, just because, like, he didn't need to. Akane's test was whether she would shoot him. He got the answer to that, but he did it anyway as punishment, to show her that her indecisiveness has consequences and show her the failings of the system and make sure that it sinks in, and I think it did. She really saw the problems with the system and the way that it's raised and groomed people, including herself. Even her being someone who's better than most, even she couldn't disobey and shoot him when the Dominator would say that she couldn't. So yeah, like, Makishima's doing all this bad shit, but I'm on board with his message for the most part with what we've seen, and in a way, I want to see a victory for him. I want to see, we don't know all the details, but presuming that he wants the system reformed in a good way, you know, I'm on board with that, although he might be in for like a total anarchy, collapse of government and society as a whole, and we might need to be working on like a smaller scale than that, reform the system rather than just like blow it up. But, you know, it's understandable where these guys are coming from, because just watching this episode and unauthorized music, what were they singing about that was so bad? Like, what the fuck was unauthorized about it? Sybil. Nobody even knows how these decisions are made. They just go with it. It is fucked up. I don't care for it. Can't ban me, Sybil. Can't ban me, YouTube. Can't demonetize this shit. I'm fucking eternal. There's a new OP and ED, which are good. I like the first OP quite a lot, but the new one is cool. I could see myself singing along to it, really embarrassingly. And the ED was very calming, and I liked it as well. It was nice. But yeah, it's just great to get some backstory on Yayoi. See her join, see her first experience, learning to be an enforcer, and it was a pretty big one. Very personal. Like, for that to be your first case and everything, it's cool to see how she joined. Little bits like Shion looking back at her, as we know, like, what's gonna go on between those two. I don't know how serious that is, but there's at least something going on there. So yeah, it did a good job of adding a lot of character to somebody who didn't really have much of it at a very unexpected time in the story, and yet making me very okay with it. And so I'm good with seeing any more flashbacks that you want to show, and then when we eventually cut back to Akane, I'll be super hyped, and I'm sure we'll have a fantastic final stretch of episodes. And yeah, I've been loving the show, and so this was really no different. It was unexpected, but it was good. Still doing the good things that I've loved so far. Good characterization, showing more of this world and how it's fucked up and how it needs to change. In a very personally relatable way to me that made me, like, individually very angry. Just give up on your dreams. The Sybil system didn't authorize you, so you just have no talent, and you should have given up on your dream, and you didn't, so it's your fault. Just give up. If they say that you're not allowed to play that music, just give up. God damn. That made me pretty angry, hearing that line. Oh man, wanting to change things with your art, with your music, makes a lot of sense, and it was a good story. I'm not entirely sure the significance of, like, the final shot, where they zoom in on part of the package of strings, on the part where it says Made in USA. Is that, like, was that supposed to mean anything? Is the message that, like, I don't know. America bad? America good? Like, what? I don't know. Was that even the part that I was supposed to focus on? Or am I supposed to focus on the wound strings part? I'm not entirely sure, like, why that was the last shot. But either way, it was good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to whatever we see next time. Let me know your thoughts on this one down in the comments below. If you would have just rather seen a story in the present with Akane, or if you were cool with this. I was a little bit weirded out at first, but I got into it, and I'm cool with it now. I still really enjoyed it, so yeah, let me know your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the video, and you'd like to see more. Check out the description down as well, all the stuff linked down in there. Really appreciate it, and I will see you all next time.